you dislike the donut, a sugary, deep-fried confection that is available in many countries under many different names. Today I'm going to show you how to make a classic donut recipe. I've shown you how to make a baked pumpkin donut, but this one is way more traditional. It's deep-fried, it has all the calories that you want in a donut, it's fluffy, it's absolutely delicious, and I'm excited to share this recipe with you, so let's get started. To begin, I have your 2/3 of a cup of milk, which is equal to 150 ml. Now it should be warm, but it shouldn't be boiling hot. I just heated it in the microwave for around 10 to 15 seconds. Next, add in 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, followed by a heaping teaspoon of instant yeast. Now you can also add the yeast with the flour, but I always just do it in the liquid first. I've always done it this way and it works fine. So you just want to give the mixture a quick stir and just let it sit for 5 minutes. Next, whisk in a 1/4 cup, or around 50 grams of melted butter, and 1 large egg. The mixture might look a little lumpy, but that will change once you add in the flour. So I'm adding in 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now you'll want to do this a little bit at a time. It just makes it a whole lot easier to incorporate. Now guys, the full recipe with all the measurements is on the blog, hotchocolatehits.com. The link is in the description, so be sure to check that out. It will make your life a whole lot easier. Now the resulting dough should be thick, soft, and should pull away slightly from the bowl. If it's too sticky, you can just throw in a little bit more flour, but remember, don't add in too much, otherwise it'll make the donuts a little bit more tough. Now work the dough on a dry surface for around 2 minutes till it comes together in a nice ball. You can add more flour to help you, but just be careful that you don't add too much. And I have here a bowl that I'm greasing with a little oil. You're going to place the dough into the bowl and then oil the surface of the dough as well to prevent it from developing a skin. Then you want to cover the bowl with a piece of plastic wrap and leave it in a relatively warm place till it's doubled in size, around an hour. And when it's risen nicely, you can lightly flour a work surface and gently remove the dough. Roll it to about 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter thickness, and now you're ready to cut out the donuts. Now you can use a regular drinking glass to do this, just make sure that it's greased well with some oil. I actually like to use a cookie cutter, it just makes things a lot easier to cut through. I like the big ring to be around 5 centimeters and the small one to be around 2 centimeters. Don't make them too big, it'll make them a little bit difficult to handle. And you can also use a bottle cap for the little one or a shot glass if you don't have a cookie cutter. So whatever scraps you're left with, just ball them up and roll them out again, and then just cut out more donuts until you're done. You can also fry up the little rounds. Then place your shapes on a lightly floured surface and then cover them with a tea towel. And you're gonna let these rise again for 45 minutes while you prepare everything else. Now I know it's a little bit of an effort and a lot of time to wait, but trust me, it'll all be worth it in the end. So you can start by preparing your toppings. Now I actually like a classic glazed donut, and for that you'll just need to throw together some powdered sugar, milk, and vanilla extract. And as really to your taste, I use about 2 cups of powdered sugar, around 5 tablespoons of milk, and 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Whisk everything together till it's smooth and just let it sit while you fry up the donuts. I have here a pot of oil that's been heating up. I think it's around 1.5 cups, just a good amount to fry up the donuts. Now I don't normally use very fancy stuff, so I also stay clear of a food thermometer unless it's absolutely necessary. But basically the way that I know the oil is hot enough is if I place a little donut hole into the oil and bubbles start to emerge around the edges and it turns a nice golden brown. And that's my indicator. So once 45 minutes is up, gently place the risen donut shape into the oil. I like to fry up 2 to 3 at a time and then cook them for around 45 seconds to a minute on each side, or until they've developed a nice golden color. So once the donuts have a nice color on both sides, just glide them onto a paper towel lined plate so that the excess oil can drain off. And now it's time for your toppings. So I have some variations and decorating tips on the blog, but for now we're just going to stick to the glaze. Dip the warm donuts into the icing, coating both sides of course, and place the donut on a wire rack so that the extra glaze can drip off. The glaze will harden after a while, but honestly, you won't be able to wait. They're super fluffy, just slightly crisp on the outside, and that sticky sweet glaze works really well with a soft interior. Make sure to eat these soon because they're best served fresh, and you won't even need to worry about storing these because they'll be gone before you know it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make classic donuts. If you make this recipe, don't forget to take a photo and tag me on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm at Hot Chocolate Hits. If you like this recipe and would like to see some more, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And as always, the full recipe is available on my blog at hotchocolatehits.com. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.